Good morning. My name is Karen Tems of the Business Network in Central and East Lancashire, proud sponsor of Business Bites with business leaders in conjunction with Lisa Edge of Lancashare and GBTV. It's my great pleasure to be chatting this morning with Lisa Perfect. Now, this It's my great pleasure to be chatting this morning with Lisa Brady from Perfect Recruitment. Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
Good morning. Very well, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, absolutely great. Thank you. Lisa, I know you've got quite a story to tell. Your business has got probably one of the best names in Perfect Recruitment. So how did you come up with the name Perfect Recruitment, and what got you into having your own business anyway? What was your motivation?
Motivation was my daughter. I was working for a large corporate recruitment consultancy, traveling all over the country, Ireland, down to London very regularly. I was all over, and I just had Danielle and I needed to be at home. So I thought if they were giving me the time to set up offices all over the country, it was time for me to actually do it for myself, because people had that confidence in me.
Brilliant. And is that a decision you've ever regretted, having your own business?
No, never. No, I do enjoy every day, and I enjoy the lifestyle that it gives me.
Fantastic. I know that you have focused on the leisure industry, on hospitality, and chefing in particular. How did that come about?
From a young girl, I always wanted to be a hotel receptionist. So I went, of all things, that's all I wanted to do. I used to watch the hotel programs with my nana. I always wanted to work in a hotel. So when I left school, I went to catering college to be a hotel receptionist. Got into the hotels, worked my way up to sales manager, and a gentleman called Peter Scarden said to me, he was selling pensions, and he said, "You know, you're wasted here. You want to really go and speak to my wife. She works for a big corporate company. Go and have a chat with her." I was like, "But I like it here. It's fabulous. I have an easy life." And he persuaded me to go. I went to see Claire Scarden, and I eventually was taken on with her recruitment consultancy, and she taught me, trained me, but again with catering and hospitality. So I kept my passion, and I kept the love of my life, which is the catering industry.
Brilliant. And how old is your business? When did you start?
14 years ago.
Do you remember your first clients and your first candidate?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Never leaves you, does it?
No, never. I think the first two. In fact, I was talking to a general manager a couple of weeks ago. I was interviewing him for a role, and I said, actually, I placed two people, and they were my first two placements, and they were at your hotel over in Yorkshire. And he could remember them as well. And I said, well, that was me.
Brilliant. It's great to have that kind of history.
Yeah.
So being in recruitment in the catering and hospitality, not so hot for you at the moment?
Not at all, no.
In our current situation. And up until this particular time, did you have plans to grow the business, continuing with the catering business, or what plans have you got?
Yeah, we were starting to move slowly into food manufacturing, so keeping within the food element. So we were dealing with we were targeting the food manufacturing, food and drink, and also heavily targeting the nursing homes as well. So getting as many chefs as we could DBS, enhanced DBS, so they could go and work within the care sector. So we were pivoting just before this actually happened.
And has that had the same sort of knock-on effect? Are we still having chefs in care homes?
Only nursing homes at the moment. That's all we have out.
Right. Okay. So how have you responded to the situation?
I think I've worked hard. I've worked all the way through. All my team's furloughed. I'm proud to say all my chefs that were eligible are furloughed. I've tried my utmost to keep the self-employed lads out busy and working with whatever we can get. And with the help of a friend, we've set up and started Perfect Construction.
Fantastic. So this is going to be another arm of your recruitment business.
Yeah, totally separate business, obviously within the same building. And it is, putting people into the construction industry.
That sounds, I love the fact that it's absolutely construction as Perfect Recruitment. I know it as absolutely catering and hospitality. So tell us a little bit more about your plans for the construction. How do you see that that business growing?
Well, we rushed set up because we took 2 vacancies, which I was really shocked at doing last week. We took 2 vacancies, the 12-month contracts. I interviewed, reference checked, and they both start on Monday. And I was blown away at how in the catering industry it's very, very difficult, and everything seems to take forever to do. This was a fast turnaround. The people were really, really quick to respond, and I think we will, with the help of a mentor from Boost, I think we will be able to grow this quite fast, quite considerably.
That's brilliant. So you've taken advantage of one of Boost's offerings. How have you found that?
Yeah, Boost have been a great help. They put the team who can learn while on furlough, they've put them through some management courses.
Right.
So they're doing those while they're off. And also they've set up this mentor program within the construction industry. So they have moved quite fast on that. And I'm also working very, very closely with Paul Lynn from Action Coach Bolton.
Yeah.
He is my business mentor at the moment, and again has some great leads. And around the business, he's helping me focus and be forward thinking on what I need to be doing to set this sector up.
That is brilliant. It sounds as though you've moved very quickly to get this other business set up, and I wish you every success. Can you see any part of any niche area within construction, or really any sort of post within the construction industry?
Well, we've started with gatekeepers and COVID champions, which are to do with the COVID industry.
Right.
So those are the roles we've got on at the moment, because the industry itself has to have somebody go when people are entering the site, checking temperatures, checking the car registrations, making sure it's track and trace, and also somebody following around with an anti-bac spray wherever anybody goes. So we started with simple roles, but those can be mirrored across the country for every single construction site. So that is niche at the moment.
Brilliant. How are you going to get this message out? Until you just said that, I hadn't realised that there was any such thing as the COVID champion, and I can see exactly how they're going to be essential. Not a nice to have, it's going to be an absolute essential. What's going to help you get your message out there?
I think interviews like this, LinkedIn, speaking to people, and Facebook, all the social channels, definitely all of those areas, and press releases and speaking to people. It will only be speaking to people that will get us further afield.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. So 12 months ago, did you have any idea that this year you might be talking about a recruitment company in construction and having such a fast turnaround and a success story, and using different channels of getting your message out there?
No, I was trying to take a step back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I've got a manager within the office, and I thought, I can have a bit more time to me. I've worked very hard, take a bit more of a step back and let the office be run because it does itself. And those were my plans for the long term. It hasn't actually worked out that way.
It sounds to me that you've used all of your considerable skills in building on your resilience and turning this into something positive. It's fantastic. Tell me, if there was somebody coming into business now, what tips would you give them, regardless of the industry? But if somebody decided they were going to start their business, how would you offer help?
It's making sure you've got the right team behind you. Team is key. Unless you're obviously going to be a one-man business, and funds behind you, and always be frugal. Make sure that you've got funds behind you for situations like this that you don't know that are going to come up and bite you, because we've from year 5 we've always had some cash behind us to be able to rely on.
That's fantastic, because in your first, as you just pointed out there, in your first 4 years, it really is a hand-to-mouth situation, isn't it? So
very much so.
Yeah, great that you've been able to keep some cash in the business. As far as Perfect Construction goes, are there any types of businesses that are going to be high up on your list to go for? Major contractors, or just if you could give me an idea, that would be really helpful.
I think the building of homes at the moment, that's where we've got the expertise helping us. So it's the firms that are building houses.
And there's a lot of house building in the Lancashire area at the moment, isn't there?
Lots of it.
Which is fantastic. Great. Anybody who will be listening to this interview who thinks, yeah, we need to speak to Lisa, how are they going to find you?
We're having our website built, which is separate to obviously the one that's all catering and food and everything food related. So we are Property World, Jane Gregson's setting that up for me. And that's in the process. So at the moment, it will be via my email or my LinkedIn account. Obviously, you can get me at the Catering Hospitality at Perfect Recruitment.
Brilliant. And your email address, Lisa?
Lisa at perfect-recruitment.co.uk.
Brilliant. I really hope you're going to get a lot of emails as a result of this,
Thank you.
Of people being out there and recognizing that you can help them. It's been fantastic to speak to you. Thank you for sharing your background and sharing your plans with us. I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Perfect group of companies. It sounds brilliant.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Yay. Lisa Brady, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.